This video is going to be a full review of the A Gallo signature collection set, which they very kindly sent me, and I was really excited when I got an email from them going, hey, do you want to test our stuff? I'm like, yes, absolutely. In my mind, because they're handmade, they are pricier. And also there's like something romantic about Italian stuff in general. I love Italy. I've always oogled at them, but haven't managed to buy one yet. So I'm very excited to try this watercolor out. It is a set of both single pigments and mixed pigment colors, and it's a set of 24 honey-based watercolor. So let's see how these are. This video is about the palette, but I just wanted to show you guys what else they sent me because I think it's beautiful. And we have a set of papers. Oh, this is the A Gallo Handmade in Italy Assorted Fabriano paper pack. So there is 300 GSM cold pressed 100% cotton pH neutral papers, and a beautiful postcard with information about the company. I will talk more about the company itself while I'm showing you the colors and swatching and things. And then also this beautiful card that is of I think a woodcut print or a lino print. It's all beautiful and I was so happy to get them. So here is the box. It's a very good substantial box, which is always nice. And then there's a little photo, I think, of the set that's in here. And it says, welcome to the signature collection. Now, I'm not going to read this because my eyesight is really bad. I'm really short-sighted. And if I try read this, because the font is quite small, I'm going to give myself a headache. But I will leave it here so that you guys can have a look and read it for yourself. So we have this beautifully wrapped tissue, which I'm just going to try slide. And then there's this stunning, I am going to assume Italian marble. I was in Florence a few years ago and there is like a marble papering shop in Florence, and I saw the marble papers being handmade, and this is very reminiscent of that. Let's see if I can pull I can pull this out as well. And on the label it says honey watercolor. So it comes in a metal tin with the A Gallo sticker. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Please let me know if I'm not. And here are the swatch cards that you can swatch the paint onto, and as well as the color names. The fonts are tiny though, which I can understand because you got so much to fit in one space. They emailed me some info about their brand, and as far as I can tell, this is with Arch paper. And here are all the watercolors. It's beautiful. I'm already very excited by it. Let's have a look at the company information. I'm going to read the postcard information that I showed earlier for you. Handmade in the CC. Our watercolor are crafted according to a traditional recipe of raw pigments, gum arabic from the acacia tree, local honey from Umbria, and rosemary essential oil. I did just sniff the paint and they do smell of rosemary, but you have to it's not in your face smell. You have to put your nose right up to the paint and then you can smell it. So it's nice because some handmade watercolor makers put way too much essential oil and it's really overpowering, whereas this isn't. Every batch of paint is made from premium pigments and hand poured into paints. This intensive process creates a very pigmented, luminous and pure paint that activates beautifully when wet. Our watercolor are all free of cadmium, cobalt, lead and mercury. In developing this collection of colors, it was our vision to connect users with a lineage of materials that have been used by artists throughout the ages in an environmentally friendly way. And I will leave links down below to the website and their Instagram account so that you can have a look at the paints yourself. The colors included in this set are lemon yellow, permanent, azo yellow gold, Arancione, Hokkaido orange, Medici red, alizarin crimson hue, ruby red, quinacridone magenta, quinacridone violet, Tyrian purple, Notturno, Indanthrone blue, periwinkle, very excitingly a YInMn blue, Azzurro, aquamarine, harbour blue, olive green deep, forest green, which is beautiful, deep sea green, fig green, quinacridone gold, transparent red oxide, and chromite brown. So let's also talk about the brush, because this set comes with a brush and I kind of really like it. It's a really refreshing brush. It is a matte brush, so you're not going to get fine details. But what this brush excels at is being able to cover a large area. And what I tend to find with normal watercolor set brushes are these tiny thin ones that are great for detail, but just absolutely useless if you want to cover a large surface like painting a sky. The brush is smaller than average brush. However, you know when you use a brush that comes with a set and it feels tiny and you feel like a giant holding it? You don't get that sense. You feel like this is a sturdy brush. It's not uncomfortable at all. It's very comfortable and natural feel to hold rather than those fold up ones. It holds a lot of pigment, and I was a little bit worried when I got the brush because the tip was all over the place. However, miraculously, because this never usually happens in a brush, if you normally get a brush that is bent when you get it, then the tip stays bent no matter what you do. Not in this case. This case, the point came back, not a problem. It's actually a really, really good quality brush. Here's all the colors, painted and dry. The order of some of the colors in here are slightly different from what's in the set. They're same colors but slightly different. I didn't notice that there was a difference between the color order in the website and color order in the pan was slightly different. So if that confuses you, I'm really sorry, but we have the right colors here. Since the A Gallo colors have more of a fancier name rather than the name of the pigments themselves, I'm going to go through some of these colors and explain to you what those colors are. The lemon yellow, being PY184, is actually bismuth vanadate yellow. The Hokkaido orange is a PY216, which is the solarplex yellow. The Medici red is PR168, and that is actually the permanent scarlet that got discontinued, then continued again over in core. So if you're looking for that color, it's right here for you. The Tyrian purple is PV16 and PV15. 16 is the mineral violet and the 15 is the ultramarine violet. Also, sorry, just to jump back, the ruby red PR264 is actually pyrorubin. The Notturno is PR179, which is the peridot maroon, blended with the PB29. So it's on a similar vein to ultramarine rose and imperial purple, but it's more of a subtle color because it's peridot maroon instead of a bright queen magenta. The Harbour Blue is a mix of PB15:3, which is phthalo blue, and PBR8, which is the greenish umber or Van Dyke brown as we know it normally. The Forest Green is made with PG7 and PBK7, as well as PY43. PG7 is obviously phthalo green, and then the PBK7 is lamp black, and PY43 is yellow ochre. The Olive Green Deep is made with PB29, which is the ultramarine blue, and then PY110, which is iso-indolene yellow, and PY154, which is benzimidazoline yellow. The Fig Green is PY151, which is a different benzimidazoline yellow, with PG17, which is chrome oxide green. Quinacridone Gold is mixture of nickel azo yellow, the PY150, with the Quin Burnt Orange, the PO48. And finally, I know it's a lot of numbers, the FECR204 is the Iron 2 Chromite mixed with PBR8, which is the Van Dyke Brown greenish umber thing again. I want to first of all point out the unique colors, and my favorite is the Harbour Blue, the phthalo blue mixed with the greenish umber color. I think it's quite a unique color, even across commercially available colors. You get this deep blue color going on with heavy granulation. Absolutely beautiful. Also love the forest green. It's that deep dark green that I really like. It's reminiscent of the Hooker's green from Core. The olive green deep. Normally olive green deep is quite a homogeneous color, but here it's actually a granulating, separating color, and you can see that in the sample here as well, where the ultramarine blue really granulates out and create this unique texture that you don't often see in other commercial brands. And then the Notturno, I'm really sorry if I'm mispronouncing this, is a lot more subtle version of what I said earlier about the Rose of Ultramarine and Imperial Purple. It's a much finer granulation, and the background color is also a much more subtle color. The Chromote Brown is again a heavily granulating color that separates quite well. And that's because the Harbor Blue and the Chromote Brown both have that PBR8. And then, of course, we have the YInMn Blue, which I have to say leans a little bit more towards the ultramarine blue. If you remember the YInMn Blue testing video we've done previously, which I will link up here for you, YInMn Blue sits between ultramarine blue and cobalt blue. And what I really like about this set is that because they knew they wanted the YInMn Blue, they've decided not to put the ultramarine blue or the cobalt blue so that you don't end up with too many similar colors, which I think is a really clever idea. I also like the addition of the periwinkle. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of colors that have white in them, I think this is a really nice periwinkle color. Other brands that have periwinkle as a color, they tend to be really chalky, whereas this is much more transparent, a little bit chalky, but it's not as chalky. Obviously, all these colors were very easy to re-wet thanks to the honey that is in the paint. Even the deep sea green, which has Viridian and ultramarine blue, Viridian tends to be very difficult to re-wet, but not here because of that honey. The impression I got when I was swatching these rectangles and also when I was doing this was that it felt quite similar to the Schmincke paints in terms of how bright and smooth they are, but obviously these ones are a lot easier to re-wet than the Schmincke ones. Schmincke ones don't have honey, whereas these do. But if you like Schmincke, I think you'll get on very well with this. I feel like it's Schmincke, but with the colors even more intense, and obviously a lot more granulating colors and separating colors as well. So if you find you like painting with Schmincke, but you want a little bit more pizzazz and interest, then definitely this will be a great one for you. Let's talk about primary colors, because that's always important in a set. You want to make sure you have at least a split primary. And from this set, I've actually selected the lemon yellow and the Azo yellow gold as the cool and warm yellow, the YInMn blue as the warm blue, and the Azuro as the cool blue, and then the alizarin crimson as the warm red, and the quinacridone magenta as the cool red. However, as you can see, you have a lot of other choices. So those are what I'm going to be testing here, but this set actually offers you a lot more choices because you could easily pick the ruby red or even the Medici red instead of the alizarin crimson for the warm kind of red. You also can go even warmer than the Azo yellow gold and go for arancino if you want to go really orangey kind of yellow for your split primary. And then you have 1, 2, 3 choices for the warm blue, and then also one, you could even go for the aquamarine for the cooler blue. By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about with split primaries, then I do have a video up here for you explaining what split primaries are and why they are important. So let's look at the color mixes we have. We have warm yellow, warm blue, cool blue, warm red and cool red, and then mixes with the other colors. So these are all the colors you can make just by mixing those 6 colors. And when you can get nice, clean, clear colors out of those mixes, then you're going to have fun time with any set because you can cover all the secondary colors already in a nice clear color. Whereas if the primary colors are like dirty or more muddy, then you're never going to get clean colors. And I would say that here you get nice, clean, beautiful colors. in particular, I love the colors that you get by mixing the Azzurro with the Azo Yellow Gold and the Lemon Yellow. I love these turquoisey colors. I did wonder what was going on when I realized that they don't have ultramarine blue, which is usually the go-to color I would pick for the warm blue. And then Azzurro wasn't a single pigment, it was a PB15 with PB29, but like, it's beautiful, and you also get a little bit more texture than you would with the phthalo blue on its own. But yeah, I think these are beautiful, clean, clear colors. You get nice warm oranges here. I love the gradation you get by mixing the clear magenta with either the warm yellow or the cool yellow. It's very nice sunsetty kind of color. You get nice bright greens here. It's not bright green like PG7 green, but that's because this Azzurro has got the ultramarine blue, which kind of slightly tints it to a more muted green. But I still think these colors are beautiful. In terms of purple, you get beautiful, beautiful purples around here with the cool red of the cream magenta with either YInMn blue or the Azzurro, and that's because the YInMn blue sits somewhere in between ultramarine blue and cobalt blue in terms of hue. So overall, looking at this, I would say that the set has really good split primary colors. I think this is an amazing set. The colors are super, super intense, very easy to re-wet, and I like that this isn't just a standard obvious colors kind of set. I love that we've got the Notturno, and we got the YInMn blue, and we got the Harbour blue, we got forest green, olive green, and the chromite brown. They're all very unique colors that you don't normally get in a 24 color set. 24 color sets usually are really bog standard, plain obvious colors. So I really, really like that about this set. I also absolutely love the brush that this set comes in. It's a little brush, but it doesn't feel little, and it can cover a large area, which I think is quite unique in a brush that comes with a set. So that's it for the A Gallo signature set. What did you think of this set? I think it's a beautiful set. I am incredibly grateful and lucky and fortunate to have received this for free, because I can't afford to buy this set for myself, but to have this is such an honor because there are new colors that I've never seen before. The YInMn blue is nice and strong and beautiful. Also, they did write to me and say that they noticed on my crema video that I had problem with the re-wetting issue, and they said that they've not experienced that so far in producing the YInMn blue. I think this is a unique set, and I think even if you have normal 24 color sets from other brands, this actually doesn't double up too much. It's good for people who love a lot of granulation. If you don't like granulation though, don't get this color. So who are they set for? I would say if you are traveling soon at all and you're going to Italy and you're going to Sisi, or you see this set in some other place, I think this would be a beautiful set for you to buy for yourself as a memory of your trip. Like, that's what I would buy for if I was in Italy and I saw this. I spent about 3 weeks in Italy before. I wish I was into watercolor back then, but I wasn't. And that I could have bought myself like a set like this as a memory of that time. I think it's a beautiful way to remember that. Another set of people that I would recommend this for are people that are massive fans of handmade watercolor and you want artisanal, unique kind of quality to it and colors that maybe the big brands don't have the balls to produce, and you're used to paying the handmade watercolor price, then definitely go for this set. You won't be disappointed. Thank you so much for watching this video, and a huge massive thank you to A Gallo for sending me this set. I can't believe you guys sent me like this beautiful set. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful for it. I hope you guys find this review useful in seeing what their paints are like. They're very good quality and for the very unique colors, and there are plenty more on their website. That's it. Thank you for watching this video. Do let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions. I will leave links down below where you can buy this set, their website and their Instagram, so you can follow them and know when their new launch will be. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!